I need for the road show to chill out. Hello everyone, this is Blaire and welcome to my channel. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode. This week we are kind of going back to what came to mind is the bread and butter. I'm not making any money from this, so I don't know if this is my bread and butter, but anywho, are you? How was Thanksgiving? Did we have lots of turkey or ham? What was on your Thanksgiving menu? And did you cook? Because a lot of people weren't cooking this year. I had a really fun Thanksgiving, you guys. Graham helped me make Thanksgiving dinner this year for the first time, and it was honestly so special. Back in the day, my family would all travel to go and see my grandma's mom in Mississippi, and I have a huge family. My grandma's like number one, I think, of like 9 or 10 kids. She's not actually number one. I think she's like number 4 of 10 kids, but there's a lot of, she has a lot of siblings. And because of that, I have a huge family. And growing up, we would all go down to the family house and visit my great grandma. And it was just like so much fun. Everybody would just get together. There'd be lots of good food. My family makes this like Mississippi sweet potato pie. It's to die for. I'm not sharing the recipe. It's like a family secret, but Graham helped me make it this year. And it was just, honestly, it was just really cool. He was so excited to help. And it got to the point where like, you know, he was like, Mom, I got this. Let me take over, because we were using the hand mixer, which he's never seen. And I don't know, that kid was just all over the place with that. So I had a great Thanksgiving. It was super fun. Hope you guys had some good food. Hopefully we didn't extend our waistlines too much. You know, we got to get in the gym now. Let's get in the gym now before the new year starts. Let's start building those good habits. I did end up posting my get ready with me I think I posted it the day of Thanksgiving. If you did not get a chance to check that out, go see. I am kind of wearing a similar, more like toned down version of that look. But yeah, I got a good ready with me for you guys. It was actually really fun to film after I kind of got over my nerves. So maybe I'll film another one around Christmas time and we can see what my Christmas look will develop into. Let's jump into today's video. As always, if you see me looking down, I literally have my notes here. So I will be looking down at my notes to talk to you guys about toxic positivity today. So toxic positivity is literally just what it sounds like. And I feel like it's super detrimental in this social media day and age of like constantly feeling like you have to perform and being so positive and so upbeat all the time, because it honestly leads to burnout. And that scared the shit out of me. Oh my God. Okay. I had my TV on, and if it's on my screen too long, then I don't know why, but Antiques Roadshow just starts playing in the background out of nowhere. Okay. Okay, so it leads to toxic positivity, leads to feelings of burnout because you always feel like you have to perform. Not to say that you can't be happy or you shouldn't strive for happiness, but the reason why we lead to burnout is because we aren't sitting with our emotions, basically bypassing how you feel in that moment. And you're like, you know, say if you're experiencing a breakup, then it's like people have this idea of I can't show that I'm upset. I can't show that I'm down or that it's hurt my feelings or that I'm hurt. You just kind of go through this like, you know, got to keep moving, got to keep pushing, let's move on. And while that's great, we want you to be strong, you know, we want you to come out on the end of whatever the situation is in a positive mindset. Like, it's unrealistic to just experience something that hurts you and then immediately move on to positivity. Basically, you want to balance positive thinking by creating space and acknowledging those negative feelings. Healthy positivity is acknowledging why you feel the way that you feel, and then moving forward through that introspection and how to create a more positive mood. Speaking of acknowledgement, that brings me to my mantra. I didn't realize until I was coming up with the concept of this video. I'm trying to like not talk with my hands, you guys. So if you see like the hands moving down there, so sorry. But while I was in the development process of creating this video and figuring out exactly like my talk points, I realized that I came up with a mantra, and well, I realized that I have a mantra, I should say. So I'm going to take you into my blueprint of how I move forward when I feel like I'm not balancing out my emotions authentically. I Feel to Heal blueprint has 4 steps, and that would be acknowledging, validation, identification, and then transformation. So I will give you the entire spiel of that. The first step is acknowledging. What is this emotion that I'm feeling? If you can't pinpoint what the emotion is, then that's the first issue, and that's kind of where people get stuck. You know that you feel a way, but you don't know what that way is. And sometimes your emotions can be tricky. Envy can also feel like jealousy, but there is a difference. Happiness can feel like excitement, but there is a difference. So we really have to figure out and pinpoint what exactly the emotion is that we're feeling first. Then we move on to validation. Whatever that emotion is that you're experiencing, you are entitled to that. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you are not entitled to feel the way that you feel. As you feel that way, then we move to identification. So why are we feeling like this? What happened to cause us to feel this way? I tell you guys this quote that I found on Pinterest when I first started going through like my true transformation journey. It said, heal the roots so the tree can grow. What is the root of the problem? That's where the identification comes in. Why do we feel like this? What is this feeling? Why is it here? And how do we heal the root? That transitions us to that transformation. What can I do to make myself feel better? What is the silver lining of this experience, of this feeling that I'm going through? What are the positive things that I can take from feeling this way? And once you figure that out, then you are on the precipice or the brink of starting that healing. After we figure out, when we start the process. So how do we process these emotions? That could be self-care, that could be calling friends. I am a creative girly at heart. I love to just express myself. Vision boards, painting, mood boards, or even journaling, I found really helps me process my emotions. Journaling, we could do it one of 2 ways. I like to either do a journal entry or what I call a letter to myself. And I recently just did one, and I had to basically apologize to myself for all of the sorries that I never received. And I realized that I'm still holding on to some things that I felt like I didn't get that closure from, and that's okay. But I can give myself that closure. I don't have to wait for anyone else. So I apologized to that version of myself and then continued to write in my letter to myself all of the positive things and, you know, the blessings that I have in my life and how moving forward is okay. I gave myself permission to move forward from those things that I was still holding on to, because when you are weighed down by previous emotions, they still kind of linger. Sometimes they still linger there because we haven't fully expressed them. And while I did move on from those situations that I had, I was still holding on to the way that it made me feel. The biggest takeaway I want you guys to have in this video is giving yourself grace. And that is something that is a struggle for me. If you don't allow yourself to make space for those feelings, if you don't allow yourself to make space for accepting that you feel that way, and then you give yourself permission to not feel that way anymore, you won't ever truly move on. That is how I got to this idea of toxic positivity. I've been doing a lot of introspection and reflection on experiences that I've had in my life and how I reacted and then moved forward in those feelings. And over this course of the past year, I realized that I have a blessing and a curse in the ability to compartmentalize things. I would acknowledge that I felt that way, and then that was it. I'm like, okay, I feel this way, and then let's move on. And even though I was moving forward, I really wasn't moving on because I only acknowledged that feeling. I never sat with it. I never went through it, and I never brought myself out of it. So if I can give you any golden nugget to take away, it's to give yourself grace, give yourself permission to feel these things, to feel this way, and then transform. How do we get out of it? What can we do to make ourselves not feel this way anymore? What are the positive things of feeling this way? What did I realize about myself in the way that this made me feel? Let's transform our lives, baby. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I love these talk styles that we do. The Get Ready With Me is fun, but let's be real. I just love to chat. I love to sit here and give you guys these little bits of my history and things that I've gone through and how I was shaking shaking the table, baby. I do want to bring on a couple of different aspects to my YouTube channel, but let's be serious. I'm a talk through girly. I love talk spaces, and I love connecting with you guys on real shit that we're going through. So like always, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy, and stay tuned for the next one. Let me put this little disclaimer in there. Let's not stress ourselves out in the coming weeks for Christmas. Let's take these breaks. If you feel like you don't want to shop around, if you don't want to go out, I realize I'm not leaving my house after 5 p.m. It's just way too crazy. People do not know how to drive, and it scares me. Honestly, it really scares me. So I will not be leaving after 5 p.m., but make sure that you guys are taking care of yourself in this time. I know sometimes the holidays can be hard or stressful. Make sure we're taking care of ourselves, loving ourselves, and we are learning from our experiences. I love you so much, and I will see you guys in the next one.